So here we are at the end of Labelexpo Southeast Asia here in Bangkok. So this is the first time that we've been back here since 2018, and we had a label summit. And I think that we kind of could see the potential then of having a Label Expo show here, because the ASEAN region is kind of really one of the most exciting, fastest growing economic regions in the world. So I think the last 3 days have certainly shown that confidence was totally justified. It's been a really great show, great buzz on the show floor. And I think that probably one of the most interesting things for me is that we were just expecting mainly visitors to come from the local region. So obviously, you know, Thailand is the printing hub of the region. So we were expecting to get a lot of printers from here, which we did, but we've seen printers from all over the ASEAN region, and particularly from Malaysia down to Singapore, Vietnam, and Indonesia. There's a few here from the Philippines as well. But the other kind of really interesting thing has been very much an international audience. And I don't think that any of us were really expecting that. So we've had converters here from the Middle East, from UAE, from Russia, from Turkey, and Australia, and a number of other international destinations, India as well. So it's been much more of a kind of global show than we were really expecting. So if you look at the kind of technology trends in the show, this area kind of reminds me a little bit, and a few exhibitors have said this of China probably sort of 10 years ago, when most converters were using letterpress machine, a lot of screen printing. But now with the development of the kind of consumer infrastructure here, ecosystem, big brands moving in, whole quality level has gone up a notch. So converters are now looking to move out of letterpress, and then the question is, which way are they going to go? They're going to go flexo. It's really kind of what you're seeing at the show here. There is some letterpress. There are 2 or 3 machines here, but there's a lot of flexo, a lot of kind of very interesting flexo presses, including a very interesting intermittent flexo press from the Malaysian manufacturer, Sen International. As well as the letterpress, competing with that is digital. So, and we have the Chinese suppliers who we also saw Label Expo in Chicago, companies like Hand Global, and some of the big beasts from the Western suppliers. So, for example, Duist and Konica Minolta and Epson. So it's been a very kind of interesting show. The question then is kind of which way our converter is going to move. The kind of interesting joker in the pack in a way is intermittent offset. So that's quite a niche technology. It's still so that those machines in Europe, particularly for wine labels. But for this region, intermittent offset makes a lot of sense because it's easy to find the operators. The plates are cheap, quality is very high, and for kind of niche applications in wines and spirits, in cosmetics, this is a very interesting alternative route really to digital, or perhaps we should say a complementary technology. So yeah, it's been a very interesting show. Please do read our review, which myself and Chelsea are now going to start writing up for the next issue of Labels and Labelling, and also online. Our next Label Expo show is going to be in Mexico, and again that'll be a debut show in April. So it'll be interesting to see whether these sort of trends are reflected in what's happening in Mexico.